My friends, this coming Thursday night and Friday, we celebrate a minor holiday known as Lag BaOmer. That occurs on the Lamed Gimel, the 33rd day of the Omer, during the 49 semi-morning period between Passover and Shavuot. According to the Talmud, during this season, a plague killed thousands of Rabbi Akiva's students because they did not treat one another respectfully. The plague seized on Lag BaOmer, and as a result, it became a joyous day, interrupting the sadness of the Omer period. Bonfires are the primary way this day is celebrated in Israel and throughout the Jewish diaspora. The bonfire symbolizes light. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the founder of Jewish mysticism, brought light into the world. He is said to have died on Lag BaOmer. Fire represents the conversion of material into energy. Similar to a central Kabbalistic mystical teaching, the releasing of sparks of holiness, the spiritual potential in the material world. Speaking of sparks of holiness, the story is told of a rabbi who delivered the same High Holy Day sermon 2 years in a row. Afterwards, a congregant complained, "Rabbi, you had the identical sermon last year." "True," replied the rabbi, "but you didn't do what I told you." The words holy and holiness are repeated in sermons week after week, but they are unemployed in our everyday speech. The Jewish conception of holiness is revealed in the second of our double Torah portion readings this Shabbat, Parashat Achrei Mot Kedoshim. In the 19th chapter of Leviticus, we read, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." How is holiness attained? Our Torah portion, Kedoshim, elaborates by honoring one's parents, observing the Sabbath, sharing kindness with the needy, paying wages promptly, dealing honestly in business, refraining from gossip, loving one's neighbor, and acting justly. Be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. How can we be like God? He is infinite, and we are finite. He is eternal, and we are mortal. Imitatio Dei, the imitation of God, is a theological concept of our obligation to imitate God's actions. Just as God is gracious and merciful, so must we be gracious and merciful. As the Talmud in Tractate Sota explains, just as God clothes the naked, so must we clothe the naked. Just as God visits the sick, so must we visit the sick. Just as God comforts the bereaved, so must we comfort the bereaved. Just as God buries the dead, so must we bury the dead. The profound message of Parashat Kedoshim, the Torah portion of holiness, "You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy." Imitatio Dei, a behavioral ideal in Judaism, to emulate God's attributes of mercy and kindness in our interpersonal conduct. Shabbat Shalom.